Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah the one as the were apostles and elders of James, great millstone, who teach and rule well through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Peace, love, and salutations to the Akim in the four corners of this earth, pushing this word with all truth and sincerity. To the speckled bird Akim and Aquad out there. We're tuned in, listening and learning with the hopes of being saved by Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, especially in these times from this oppressive society, this wicked society, that's being brought down by spirit and power by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai himself, right? So, the servants of the beast are speaking as dragons, The servants of the beast speaking as dragons, right? And what I mean by that, going into the draconian measures that are being brought forth upon our people, you Israelites, you so-called niggers, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? You are the true biblical Israelites according to the scripture, who are under the curses written in Deuteronomy 28:15, going all the way down to 68, right? So your leaders, right, which are the servants of Esau, Edom, the wicked elite of Esau, Edom, right? They're speaking as a dragon right now, just as the beast speaks as a dragon and will speak as a dragon in time to come, meaning things, right, laws, legislations, that is, will become more draconian. What I mean by draconian is more harsh, more harder to bear, right, stricter, right? And I'll just get the I'll just get the definition of the word uh okay. Yeah, I'll just get the definition of the word draconian, right? All right. So it says draconian, right? Harsh and severe. And these are the type of legislation, laws, right? That the servants, right, of the beast, the servants of Esau, Edom, right, the wicked of all people, the leaders, the kings of the earth, as spoken of in Revelation 18. These are the laws that you're starting to put in place, right? Draconian laws, speaking as a dragon, right? We're going to what the whole history of draconian law goes into a traditional Athenian law code, implemented by uh this guy named Draco, and it said that his laws that he enacted, right, were hard and are the most noteworthy and the harshest, right? So these are the type of laws that our leaders are putting in place, and I'm gonna get into it. Just want to bring out the precept real quick, because these are the times that we're in. Prophecy is fulfilling more and more, shows that we're near and near to the end. So this is Sirach 10, Ecclesiasticus, right? It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. And the ruler of this earth is Esau, Edom. So the officers of Esau, Edom, right, these politicians, these prime ministers, these presidents, they're all just like Esau, Edom, right? And the elites of Esau, Edom, they control the beast, which the beast spoken of in Revelation is NATO and the EU, So the scripture tells us, let me just jump to that real quick. In Revelation 13 and 11, it says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and spake as a dragon. Again, the beast being NATO and EU, and it says that he spake as a dragon, meaning what? hey, he's gonna pass severe, harsh, you know, laws, legislation. He's gonna make a lot of things become mandatory fear. What do this the RFID microchip or just a mark of peace, right? Even though in Revelation says that it is compulsory. Well, he calls it all, which makes it seems like it is compulsory, right? But the legislations, that the harsh and severe laws that they'll enact, right, is the whole reason as to why he will cause you to take that RFID microchip here, because without it, no government access, outcast from society, no healthcare, no food. And that's the law that they're gonna pass, a severe draconian law. You know what I mean? Because what Esau Edom is looking for is a totalitarian system, right? So let me let me read it again. Right? It says Revelation 13 and 11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and spake as a dragon. Right? So the beast will speak as a dragon. I mean, and is as well in certain cases speaking as a dragon. You know, but just as how beast, which is governed by the wicked elites, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, right, will be speaking and is speaking as a dragon. So much so the servants, because again back in Sirach 10 verse 2, right, it says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, yo. You know, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein, even on a lower level, right? So, our government, honorable Aunt Holiness, clearly this man is working for what he does. It isn't of his own volition, out of his own mind. He's clearly following a mandate, and who is that mandate from? Surely it isn't from our people, because we're on the law, right? Job 9 and 24 tells us that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. This world is governed by international banking elites, right? Whether you want to think of it as a conspiracy or not, right? Doesn't change the fact that it is controlled, right, by the wicked of our society, Esau, Edom, the devil, you know. So these men, right, they govern, right, the whole entire earth. It's given into their hand. So the laws and legislation that our government are putting in place is actually passed down from them. You know what I mean? Say our 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 government sold out, right? Sold out to the highest bidder, right? And now they're following a mandate, yo. So just as though they're following that mandate, right, the lower officers of our government, because when it really made it in that way as well, it says, as the judge of the people, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. The judge of you Benjamins right now, right, is your government, beginning with Andrew Holness, right, and all the members of our parliament, right. It says, so are his officers, yo. So the officers are the officers, the JCF, that is, you know what I mean, the judges, they'll all follow suit with the government, while the government is following suit with the wicked agenda of the international banking elites, Esau Edom, right? So let me just get into a few articles. I won't put up the articles on screen because it has that taboo word in it, the big V, and YouTube tends to strike videos a lot, you know what I mean? YouTube tends to strike and remove videos a lot if it's speaking about the big V and the big C, and if what I say in this video, right, it breaches their YouTube guidelines. When it comes down to the big C and the big V, they're gonna remove the video, right? And I don't want to hold back because I want to say, yo, don't take that big V, yo, it's poison, straight, it's poison. Do your own research. A lot of persons, a lot of whistleblowers come out and show you that, hey, it's poison. Even the co-founder of Pfizer came out saying that, look, this isn't, you people are being deceived, right? You people are being deceived. A lot of doctors come out and show that the big V, it's actually poison. Don't take it, yo. Right? And I would advise as well, or implore you guys not to as well. Right? So let's get into a few articles. Before I go into it, I want to bring out Revelation 18 as well. 18 and 9, it says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Right? And this is referring to Mr. Babylon the Great. Right? Let's see if we can go up a few verses. Right? Verse 2, it says, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen. But then it goes down to verse 9. It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication. Now the kings of the earth refers to the chief rulers in the different countries, the prime ministers and the presidents. It says, have what? Committed fornication and lived deliciously with her. Right? Who sold out their people, so that they can get benefits from Babylon the Great. So much so on Joel and all the members of his governing body. Right? Hey, Horace Strong said, and me say it, Horace Strong said. Horace Strong said what? We've been complicit in keeping inner city residents in poverty, yo. You just have a wicked to be doing something like that. Right? You're wicked because your ruler wicked. Your ruler is Esau Edom, yo. Alright, without further ado, this is from the Observer, dated on May the 7th, 2021. Today, actually. Alright, let's see. Yeah, today. Whoa. Alright, it says, it's lucky, it's May the 6th. Yeah, May the 6th, 2021. It says, cops say, get the big V before promotion. Unfair and unjust. So the JCF now, they're saying that if members in JCF wants to be promoted, they should get the big V, right? It says a decision by the JCF to promote some of its members on the condition that they accept, right, the big C, big V, right, has created tension among rank and file members, several of whom are threatening to walk off the job. The Jamaica Observer first reported on Tuesday that the JCF had informed its members, as a matter of urgency, that all candidates shortlisted for promotional training need to be big V'd, or need to get the dirty waters, right? Need to get that that jab, that juke. It says will be replaced on the program or will be. So let me read it again. That all candidates shortlisted for promotional training need to be big V'd, or they will be replaced on the program by other members who have been, right? Hey, so even hey, for promotional training, all the members of JCF who are on that promotional training list to get a promotion, if they don't get the big V, they will be replaced by members who do have the big V. That's what it's saying. Who has gotten the big V, that is, right? It says the JCF further said arrangements were being made to have any impacted member duly big video inoculated. The Observer interviewed several members of the force who have all argued that the announcement was unfair and unjust. You know what I mean? Unfair and unjust. Hey, the system that is going to, it's a totalitarian or dictatorship system, whether it's unfair or unjust, what they say, it's law. Yeah, you should follow by that. That's the type of new world that Esau wants to bring forth, in this new world order plan. It says the Observer interviewed several members of the force who have all argued that the announcement was unfair and unjust to themselves and other colleagues who have been working tirelessly to move up the ranks. The lawmen, however, asked not to be identified out of fear of being victimized. And who mainly? to what people fear at this present moment. Our government, you can't speak out against Andrew Holness and all of the stupid shit that he's doing, right? The stupid moves he's making as a leader. You know what I mean? You can't speak out against the wickedness, right? The harshness of these lockdowns and the impact that it's having on people, especially of the poorer community, right? You've had men who spoken out and got behind bars, was put behind bars. Even the opposition, a member of the opposition, PNP, um, Crawford, right? He brought it up, right, in the House of Parliament, the Senate or wherever them join up and gossip like females, right? He brought it up and he was cowed down, right? He brought up the fact that persons are becoming afraid of bro God, the Androllness. He was called down by other members, the members of the opposition, right? And he actually retracted it. Let me take it, but let me. I don't want to go further. You know what I mean? So hey, draconian, draconian, right? Harsh. You know what I mean? Totalitarian type of thing. So these officers, the officers of elite Esau Edom, they're becoming like that. You know, says persons are disgruntled, they're feeling victimized, coming from a period where promotions would have been withheld, and to be at a juncture like this where the procedure for promotion would have been revisited and several members who are deserving of such promotions would have been submitted based on their hard work, their conduct, and years of service, only to be held as like you're told that a voluntary process as inoculation is going to deter your promotion is disheartening. You've been putting in years to get that promotion just to be told that if you don't get the big V, you're not gonna get promoted. You know what I mean? And that's how a lot of things will be put in place, yo. It's either you get do this or that doesn't happen, or you can't do this or you can't go there. You know? Especially when it comes down to the RFID microchip. So several constables would have expressed their intent to resign from the organization if this is the way forward, this modern day bullyism and slavery. Well, we can use bullyism, but it's draconian, and that's where it's gonna go that way more and more. Until you have the sedition, because these people soon, Mr. Andrew Holness, Mr. Horace Chung, Mr. Christopher Tufton, Mr. Smoother, and all you members of the government, PNP, JLP alike. Soon these people are gonna it's gonna reach a limit too much. You know what I mean? Then you're gonna know true terror, yo. But until then, the bullyism and the slavery as spoken of by these lawmen will continue. It says that's the general feeling from the members and in and around where I work, one lawman said on Tuesday when he spoke to the Observer. Right? And I'll leave that there. I won't go into that. I'll put the link in the description box. Another one is it says 30 persons, right? From Loop. This is dated on May the 4th. 30 persons fined 80,000 for attending illegal party in St. Anyo. You know what I mean? $80,000. We did not have. Let's go to our next one. Just gonna read the title of most of these, yo. I'm strapped for time. Alright, it says Satan pastor pleads guilty, right, to the big C19 breaches, right, and is fined 300,000 because this pastor, she had 50 members in the church. Disaster risk management act says 10, no more than 10. Yep, so 300,000. Harsh, severe, draconian, you know. Jamaica Gleaner going over into Antigua now. The Prime Minister of Antigua, Gaston Brown, or Brownie, whatever, warns of mandatory C19 inoculation for Antiguans. Mandatory. Mandatory. Let's Let's get Daniel 8 verse 25. It says, "And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand." And through the policies, through legislation, through the laws, these men, right, are causing craft, a deceitful work to prosper in their hand, yo. You know what I mean? Under the Disaster Risk Management Act. I mean, right now you have the Prime Minister of Antigua saying that it's mandatory to get the big V. You know what I mean? And then you have things like this: Antigua offering food voucher for people to get the big V. Deceit your craft, right? Now this isn't true policy, but it's still the work, your deceitful work against our people. This prime minister doing a deceitful works against his own people, knowing that if they get the big V, right, they more than likely they'll die. A lot of persons have gotten it. A lot of them have died from it. A lot of them are in severe pain, right? But you're gonna say, oh, you're giving out food voucher because you know the people need food. You know, people can hardly afford it, so they need food. So therefore, they're gonna get, they're gonna go get that video. That's deceitful, and it's the same thing that will be done with the RFID microchip as well. You know what I mean? I can see similarities because it's the same thing. If you don't have the RFID microchip, you won't be able to get food. So they can easily offer out food, different food items, money, food voucher, gift baskets. You know, you name it. In return, you get the RFID microchip, yo. When the time comes, the hour of temptation, we'll see how these people push it, yo. You know what I mean? But for the time being, as you can see, things are becoming more draconian, more harsh laws, measures becoming more draconian, right? Another thing is teachers in Jamaica. This is from the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. Teachers are expected to get the big V. You know what I mean? This is a letter from the Minister of Education. Subject: teacher inoculation. It reads, "Dear colleagues, the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information uses this opportunity to advise our stakeholders that the Minister of Health and Wellness has commenced the inoculation for all teachers of grade 6, 11, 12, and 13 in public and private institutions effective Thursday, May 5th, 2021, in preparation for the reopening of school on Monday, May 10th, 2021. I'll leave the link to this PDF document here as well. I'll leave the link to all of the articles that I've read in the description box, because so that you people can check them out as well. I didn't want to bring them up on screen so for you to see, because again, you know, Revelation 12:12, Esau coming down upon us, yo. He's removing channels, striking videos, removing videos, you know, that speaks out, you know what I mean, against the wickedness that's being done. So with that, just gonna get a few precepts, then close it out. I only have actually I only have two. This is Isaiah 9:16. Right? It says the leaders, or for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed, the leaders of our people. Especially in Antigua, talking about food vouchers for to get the big V. If you get the big V, you get food voucher. You know what I mean? Even at our government out here giving out, I think it's $10,000 to elderly to get the big V. You know what I mean? The leaders of these people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Yeah, when you really look into it, those who take this big V are actually being destroyed. You know? This is Isaiah again, but same, still in Isaiah 28 and 15. It says, "Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with that." I mean, all these leaders, they have made a covenant with the devil, Esau, Edom. right? The so-called white man, right, which is dead. It says, and with hell are we at agreement when the overwhelming scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge, and on the falsehood that has have we hid ourselves, yo. You know what I mean? So hey, the overflowing scourge consists of a lot of things. Firstly, mainly Esau, yo. Esau coming down upon the so-called niggas, Latinos, and Native Americans, wanting to destroy you. Another thing is the sedition as well. So you government bodies, you leaders believe that all this will pass you by. You'll be protected, yo. But no, you won't. Right? Verse 17 it says, judgment also will I lay at the line, and righteousness to the plummet, and hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the waters shall overflow the hiding place. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down, right? So hey, when the sedition comes, right, when Esau and Jacob's troubles it's like Jacob's trouble come, and Esau starts to um roll out on you people, you so-called niggas, Latinos, and Native Americans, meaning sending out military troops, right? Putting a lot of you to death, some of you in concentration camps, you know. Hey, you government bodies won't be exempt, right? Won't be exempt, yo. This is Second Esdras 15, verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, with swords in their hand, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, and that sedition is an uprising against the government. It says that they shall not regard their prince or kings. Kings are princes, which are you prime ministers, you officials, even celebrities as well. You know, these people won't regard you people anymore, yo. Right? So go continue these draconian measures, right? And you'll see that in the end, right, you're gonna feel the wrath of these people, yo. So with that, I'm gonna close out giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashaka, Kodash. Double honor to our apostles and elders of James Christ, who teach and rule well through spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Shai. Peace, love, and salutations to the elect of Israel. Shalom.